Hello guys, welcome back. Today I want to do a review of a C-drama called Colorful Bone. So if you like to stay around, I will kind of do a little kind of a recap of what the show is actually about before I get into the review. So the show follows a princess who falls in love with a slave assassin who she later finds out has this hidden identity that is revealed later on in the show. And she also has two brothers that she grew up with. They're not related, they were all kind of adopted, but they are basically the adopted children of the prime minister of the country. And the drama follows all of their individual stories as they go through the palace. It's actually the least political drama I've watched. There are political elements to it for sure, but it's more linked to kind of love lost, love won, and focuses more on the romantic elements of that historical period rather than like other sort of things that you usually get in historical dramas like this that revolve around the palace. There's intrigue, but not too much. If you like romance, I think you would probably enjoy this drama. So if you don't want to be spoiled for this drama, please leave now. I'll be getting into the details of what this drama is actually about and what happens in it. So, Colorful Bone, I personally enjoyed it. It came out in 2017. I personally enjoyed it, but now that I think about it, like, I really think about it, as somebody who does like political intrigue, and then romance kind of connected, when I think about the actual, like, the central plot and how long this show was, it did kind of drag. If you're gonna do a historical romance that's set in a palace, and and that's really all it's gonna be about, like the romantic parts rather than the political parts, it is quite unnecessary to drag out the drama. We don't really need that. But what I did enjoy about it was the fact that, like, the main couple was so in love and it was so obvious and they acted so well, and I was very, very convinced that they were in love with each other. It was good. The slave assassin story was really sad. What you find out at the end of the drama is that there was a man who, by swapping his place with the father, the true emperor, ended up like killing the empress and then like taking one of her sons and raising him to be a slave assassin to punish her for not being with him. And the same guy ends up being, he was actually a monk actually, and he did a lot of evil things. And then the actual emperor ends up swapping with the monk, so he ends up looking like the monk, but he's not the monk. Like, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy. So they swap lives basically, and at the end you realize the monk is actually the true emperor. And they find all this out at the end. And the prime minister, who who the empress was also in love with, or he was in love with the empress, finds this all out at the end as well, and they're all like, oh my lord, like, and the slave assassin becomes the emperor at the end, because he has a younger brother who's emperor, but he's not very good at it, he's kind of weak. He's in love with the female lead, but he later on realizes that the princess that he actually wants to be with, and he ends up with her. And slave assassin becomes emperor, he has a baby with the female lead, but then he dies because the years of, like, you know, all that assassin stuff on his body, like, stressed his body out. So what ends up happening is he dies, and then his younger brother becomes emperor anyway, and then the female lead and her child, she has a daughter, they go somewhere else, and she's like, I just want to be kind of free or whatever, and, you know, since I've lost my husband, and I just want to kind of, like, live with my daughter in peace. Because that's what happens. Honestly, if I'm being serious, like, the ending parts could have been, they added a few extra episodes at the end, kind of to explain the background story of the empress and the emperor and prime minister and the love triangle that they had, but it caused so much trouble for the next generation, and it's only because of the one evil monk who was like, I'm in love with you, but I can't have you, so I'm gonna, like, destroy you and your life, like, and your family too. Like, it's super messed up. But because a lot of that stuff is added onto in the end, instead of kind of weaved into the plot, I don't think it ends up being as fantastic as some other historicals that I've seen who manage to weave in, you know, history, politics, and romance all together. But all the same, it's engaging, it's entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the episodes. I wasn't bored. I didn't feel the need to drop it at all. So if you'd like to check it out, you can. I think it's available on Amazon Prime. I watched it back when it was on YouTube and had English subs, but you can watch it on YouTube if you speak and understand Mandarin without subs. But if you don't, then you might have to get a Prime subscription to watch it. Let me know if you've checked Colourful Bone out before, or if you plan on checking it out in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening.